Greetings. Today I want to ask a question, and that question is, who is God and who created God? Now the reason why I'm doing this video because someone sent me a video whereby two men seems to be having a debate concerning who is God and who created God. And I just want to say to you that he who knows do not speak, and he who speaks do not know. What am I really saying? I'm actually saying that God cannot be explained, but God can be experienced. Therefore, the greatest mystery can never be known intellectually. It must only be by experience. Now, when we speak about God, we are speaking about the invisible. And everything that we depend upon here for our survival, it has to first be perceived. For example, if you do not have any life, you cannot speak about God, you cannot speak about the Bible, you cannot speak about your belief. And so the man who was attempting to answer that question, he answered from a Christian perspective. And with his Christian perspective, he failed to realize that everything that he would have said, it was first a thought. It was first an idea. It was first imagined. And so, my brother, my sisters, what I really wanted to take from this video is that we all must have our own experience. And then when we have our experience, we must display our experience outwardly. In other words, if I would have found the Creator, then I have to find also the creative power. And then if I find the creative power, according to the Bible, it says that all these things that I desire will be added on to me. And that is in Matthew chapter 6 verses 33. So if you gonna prove that there is a creator, then you must display that creative power. And when you display that creative power, you would realize that it all have to be mental or psychological. Therefore, you will have to realize that God is within. And that which is within is also without. That which is above is also below. Law of correspondence. So my brother, my sisters, I would say, based on my experience, that God is nothingness. Because God is complete. God is your entire oneness, your true identity, which is your divinity. And that nothingness cannot be explained. That place of being invisible cannot be explained. It can only be experienced, as I said before. And there's nothing you can do to achieve that experience. And that is why when you just believe the Bible on 3 levels, which is the physical, the psychological, and the spiritual, and you live your life without expectation, but just do the rituals that you need to do and prove them in your life, one of these days, you will definitely have that experience. But if you're under expectation, and if you're curious, it may never happen in your life. So my brother, my sisters, you have to experience God for yourself to really know that there is a creative force, an infinite force, a force that is omnipotent and omniscient and omnipresent. For some, God in man is actually man's imagination. For example, I can tell you that when I had my awakening, that it's an awakened imagination. It is my awareness of being. I've been awakened. It is my consciousness of being that have been awakened. And that is what would have allowed me to see life from a different perspective. So, really and truly, God cannot be worshipped, but God can be realized. And when you become a realized being, you'll be operating in your God power. And you'll use that God power to achieve your every desire. And you will realize that everyone that you're beholding is just a different version of yourself. You would realize that God has been split up in many different parts. And if there's 8 billion people on this planet, it's just 8 billion versions of yourself. So my brother, my sisters, it's not an intellectual thing. It's not a thing that people can explain and break down as they believe they can. It is something more than that. And when someone like myself would have experienced the birth from the skull, the birth from above, and become invisible, I can only speak it, but there's no way you can understand it. You will have to definitely experience it. So my brother, my sisters, I can go on and on and on and on, but I want to say to you that everyone will always have their own concept, but at the end of the day, your greatest teacher is experience. The greatest proof is through experience. And the simplest way that you can prove that there is a creative power or a creative force that is within you is by you practicing meditation, you practicing visualization, you practicing affirmation, scripting, and all of these other rituals that will prove to you that imagination creates reality, that will prove to you that thoughts become things, that will prove to you that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. So my brother, my sisters, just think deep and you realize that there's nothing higher than life. Therefore, God is life and life is God. So embrace this life and learn to love yourself and believe in yourself. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you and it resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And if you like to have one-on-one with me, we can definitely do that. You can reach out to me by way of email and I send you the terms and the condition, and we can go deeper into who is God and who created God and so on, and show you that the Son, as in the S-U-N, the Bible refers to the Son as God, and that the Son parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the Son. For without the Son, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And Malachi 4:2 tells that the Lord thy God, that God shall arise in you with healing in his wing. The Son of righteousness, I should say, shall arise in you with healing in his wings. So true healing and true righteousness can only be realized when you have a certain realization of that power that is within you. So if you will definitely like to have one-on-one, you can definitely reach out to me. Or if you prefer to listen to those videos that I have posted on my Patreon, where I have that course called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, and also my self-concept course, you can have those two courses, and you only need to donate $20 or more. So if you definitely need to check on that course first, you can definitely do so. Also, let me say, if you feel strongly to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and the link is always down below. So with that being said, I also want to say peace, love you all, out.